Can I cuss on TMZ?
Sure.
Hell mother no. It's a hell no.
Might I at any point cuss on TMZ? Sure, damnation, mother. No, it's a hellfire. No, it was a damnation. No, then it's a hellfire. No, now, except for right now, I got to play careful in light of the fact that you realize I don't being in prison. Well, my child is developing like I simply don't anticipate that at all. Clutch your seats, people, in light of the fact that the dramatization encompassing her face is hitting another degree of force. When you figured things couldn't get any more insane, his sweetheart Chriseanrock ends up in steaming hot water after a quarrel with, in all honesty, Blueface's own mom. It's a confrontation you won't have any desire to miss as pressures flare and legitimate difficulty results. Everything began only 2 or 3 weeks prior when Blueface's mom uncovered she had acquired a limiting request against Chrisean Stone. Yet did that stop her? No, Chrisean evidently went ahead, despite any potential risks, and chose to defy Blueface's mom. At any rate, serious mix-up. Blueface's mother burned through no time in calling the specialists, prompting Chrisean quick capture, discuss an epic brawl. Definitely it's the most out of control I've at any point seen, right? Genuinely. And I feel like it gets more insane in the meantime as this embarrassment unfurls. Blueface himself is spending time in jail, in a correctional facility, until the late spring of 2024. Yet for what reason is he in jail, you ask? Well, it turns out he's been devious, disregarding the provisions of his probation, originating from a 2021 fight. Just a genuine player will go to prison, appearing as though he will go to the Himalayas. No doubt amazing good fortune man. And that is only a hint of something larger, with a past filled with legitimate traps. Blueface's life is by all accounts a thrill ride of show, both all through prison. So get your popcorn and lock in on the grounds that this adventure is a long way from being done, with emotions running wild, self-images conflicting, and fights in court seething. The universe of Blueface is everything except exhausting. Stay tuned for every one of the delicious subtleties as this VIP drama keeps on unfurling. She's at the house. His father is there. I'm trusting that that doesn't transform into one more aggressive behavior at home, or some likeness thereof. And talking about unfurling dramatizations, we should rewind a cycle to comprehend the foundations of this hazardous confrontation between Chriseanrock and Blueface's mom, Carissa Saffold. Everything started with stewing pressures energized by a well-established quarrel, exacerbated by guardianship fights and unhealed injuries. Carissa, Blueface's mom, had been vocal about her dissatisfaction over being denied admittance to her grandson, a rift that enlarged as Blueface's relationship with Chris and extended. So you believe that she should leave? I would cherish for her to find another person's kid to play with. I would adore for her to go get another man. Quick forward to the current day, where dangers transformed into reality. Carissa, with an assurance matching her red-hot soul, faithfully kept her word, getting a controlling request against Chriseanrock. Yet it appears to be that authoritative records weren't sufficient to prevent Chrisean from standing up to Carissa head-on. In a strong move, Chrisean purportedly penetrated the details of the controlling request, raging into Carissa's home and lighting a scene that sent shockwaves through the neighborhood. Hello, man, say man. What the observer's case to have seen a warmed trade between the two ladies, with feelings running high and emotions raging. Blueface's mom burned through no time in dialing crisis administrations, prompting Chrisean's quick capture. The adventure keeps on unfurling as the overall set of laws follows through to its logical end, passing on numerous to consider what started this emotional showdown and what results lie ahead for all gatherings required as hypothesis twirls and reports proliferate. One can't resist the urge to ponder, is this the peak of the fight between Carissa Saffold and Chriseanrock, or only a preface to considerably more noteworthy struggles to comprehend the profundity of enmity between these two ladies? We should dig into their turbulent history, riff with conflicts and combative minutes that have left scars further than the surface injuries of their new squabble. And afterward she playing with us, and afterward on when he don't, when he forget where he came from, again rewinding the clock uncovers an account woven with strings of disdain, envy, and hostile contrasts from the very start. Carissa Saffold and Chriseanrock appear to be bound for disunity. Their relationship, portrayed by a consistent fight for control over Blueface's kind gestures and loyalties, each competed for matchless quality in his life, reluctant to yield an inch in their fight for predominance. And it's simply not giving. It's a wreck. It's the way that mislike their hostility arrived at new levels with the introduction of Blueface's child Chrissy, and Jesus Malone Jar charges flew like bolts in a war zone of words with allegations of disregard, flightiness, and in any event, causing the kid's handicaps, assuming that he has every one of the side effects. It's a child. You won't ever understand what the side effects it could be. It very well maybe support cap. It very well maybe. Carissa Saffold didn't mince her words, freely reprimanding Chrisean for her supposed job in her grandson's condition, a case fervently denied by Chrisean and her allies. Yet in the midst of the bitterness, one thing stayed clear: the connection among mother and child. The security Carissa furiously safeguarded, even at the expense of distancing herself from her grandkid. The pressure raised further when Chriseanrock disclosed a strong new option to her appearance: a tattoo of blue countenance's mug shot and bursting across her face. Carissa Saffold's response was quick and instinctive, censuring the go-about as totally insane and scrutinizing Chrisean's thought processes. Was it a demonstration of affection, a frantic request for consideration, or maybe a determined move to harden her hang on Blueface's heart? Anything that the explanation, Carissa saw it as one more flight to control her child, a visual indication of the tangled trap of feelings that entrapped them all. I feel as she does these jokes to cause him to feel regretful, and to cause him to feel committed. Yet, in the midst of the disorder and contention, one inquiry posed a potential threat. What had pushed Chrisean to go too far this time? Had she at last snapped under the heaviness of Carissa's tireless assaults? Or was there a more profound, more evil rationale at play? Theory spins out of control, powered by murmurs of past complaints and unsettled clashes stewing underneath the surface. Maybe it was a climax of long periods of repressed disappointment, a bubbling over of feelings too lengthy stifled many devotees of Blueface. Anyway, point the finger somewhere new, recommending that Carissa Saffold might be the provocateur of a large part of the show, encompassing her child's heartfelt connections in a progression of blazing Instagram live meetings. Carissa didn't keep down, broadcasting her complaints and painting a not exactly complimenting image of Blueface's exes, especially Jaidyn and Alexis. Tending to the circumstance, Carissa didn't mince her words, expressing, "You got a few ladies around here that adoration the man more than they love themselves. They'll swing on a man until he needs to protect himself." She kept featuring Blueface's supposed absence of obligation to one or the other, Chrisean or Jaidyn, underlining that he had made it clear he wasn't prepared for a serious relationship. When a man tell you all that except that tentatively he could do without you, like that, he not prepared for that. In addition, Carissa's disappointment with Jaidyn Alexis appeared to raise when she spotted Jaidyn living it up at a club soon after Blueface's capture. Carissa took to virtual entertainment, openly condemning Jaidyn's way of behaving and suggesting that it added to the furthest limit of her relationship with Blueface. 40 A few men ain't prepared. That is what it is. You need to regard that you can't thump him up to do it. You can't punch him to do it. In a different occurrence, after a meeting with the Jason Lee show, where Jaidyn examined her wild connection with Blueface and his mom, Carissa sent off into a blistering shiat against her. She derided Jaidyn's appearance and blamed her for offering disparaging comments, expressing, "You previously drank a lot of, you look dumb." Carissa likewise questioned Jaidyn's variant of occasions, guaranteeing that Jaidyn moved out in light of the fact that Blueface was seeing one more lady. Chrisean Stone, despite her good faith, she blamed Jaidyn for bringing show into their lives and demanded that she simply move to Los Angeles to help Blueface with his business trees, proposing that